welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And my pre-order has arrived, so I'm very excited to show you the first of one of the suites which is going to be coming. Now, I haven't ordered all of the suite, but I've ordered the bits that I think that are absolutely beautiful. So the first is this lovely paper which is called Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper, and it's 12 by 12. And what I've done is I've cut some of it down so that you can actually see it easier. So we have these gorgeous floral images, but they are drawn so that they're really sort of rough and just beautiful. So we've got this pattern on this side, and then there is a ombre effect on the other side. So I've just cut those down into card fronts that I'm going to use. So that's one side. You then have this one, which is absolutely lovely because you've got this there's an embossing folder that goes with this sort of background, which is literally when you do an oil painting and you put the palette knife down to get this sort of background. So there's this one, which again I think is just beautiful. You know, you get different parts of the paper as you cut it, and on the other side of that you've got some really lovely again sort of plainer colours, but which would work beautifully. We've then got a lovely blue one, and again I've cut it so that you've got different parts. I've literally just taken some card fronts down that I can use, so you can see on that you've got these beautiful colours, and on the other side of that one you've got again this really sort of mottledy type background, so again really rather pretty. Then we've got this one, and I just love these. I really love these as background pieces. I think they're going to work so well. And again, you can see on there, you can almost see the three-dimensional part where the artist has put the colour down. When you're using oil paints, you sort of put it down and it gives these sort of ridges on, which again I think is just beautiful. And on the other side of that you've got these gorgeous sort of sea colours which would work for, you know, waves and things coming up. Just beautiful. Then we've got this one, which is beautiful sort of florally ones. I love these, I really do. I'm going to use these so much. And on the other side you've got just sort of a geometric pattern, so if you're not into the florals you've got the other side that you can use, which is really beautiful. And then we've got this one, which again, beautiful flowers. There's some little white ones as well as the sort of pinks and rosy coloured ones. And on the other side of that you've got the bumblebee with a bit of sort of geometric in there as well. So some absolutely beautiful papers, and I thought we would make a card using some of them. As you know, I use all of my scraps and pieces that are over, so I'm just going to put these back together, and we're going to do one today using these. There is also, I just have to tidy myself up. I don't like having things all over the place. So there is also, let's put those back like that. There's also the stamp set, which is called Art Gallery. And you can see that they are two steps, so that you get the background and then you get the detail coming through. And they work perfectly with the paper. If you look at this one, you can see that that works absolutely perfectly with those two images. You've then got sentiments. I miss you, happy birthday, congratulations, good luck, sorry, thank you, best wishes, you are lovely, I'm thinking of you. Covers virtually every season and every type of occasion that you can think of. And to go with these, you have coordinating dies. So it will come as a bundle. You can get 10% off if you get it as a bundle. And these are all available the 5th of January, unless you want to become a demonstrator. And if you do, just let me know and I can go through the details with you. And you can then get it early like myself. So these dies are absolutely lovely. And we've got a large die which says, you take this off, a large die which says just want to say, and I've die cut those out. They come out separately, which is quite nice. So you've got, say, just want and to. So you can have just want to say. You can take the want out and just put just to say. You could just have the just on its own. You can have the to on its own. You can have the say, so that you can put them as you want, which is rather good. So although it's one die, it cuts the words out separately, which I think is rather good. Then you've got these two little ones, and these will go over perfectly on things like the thank you, best wishes, good luck. And then you've got a longer one which will go into I'm thinking of you, you are lovely, congratulations. You can put the small ones in there and have it in the big, but you've got two of these which work perfectly with those. You've then got the dies which will come out from, these are new so I get them out. So you've got one which will come over this one perfectly once I've got it up in the right place, like that. You've then got a leaf one which will come over in on the, let's get this one out, come over in on the leaf like that. And then you've got the two for the flowers. So you've got one for this one which comes that way, and you've got one for the larger flower, which is obviously the two-step. So lots of dies in there, and if you don't like fussy cutting, that makes that really easy. And we're going to, as I say, have a go with some of these ones. I'm just going to put them back in for now, but these I think are going to be great fun to play with. So I'm just going to put those out of the way because we won't need them to the end. And we're going to start with the stamp set. So I need to choose which colour paper I'm going to use. And I think I want to use this one with the bumblebee on, because I'm going to put it onto a bumblebee background, because I want the yellow to pop and make it a rather nice sort of spring type card. And then we're going to use one or two of these, I haven't decided yet, of the little die cuts that will actually match the bumblebee perfectly. So we can move these ones out of the way, and that's the one we're going to use. So what I want to do is I want to replicate one of these flowers. So the colour on this flower is bumblebee, and there's a paler one there as well. So I'm just going to think of what colours I need to do that in. Now I'm going to do the outline first, because I find that if you do the darker colour, it's easier to then see and line up the other parts. So let's just put that one down on there. We need to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And then colours, we need to take Bumblebee, and I think I'm going to use So Saffron, because I want the paler part to come out. So we'll experiment with those two. So we want the inside part to come in the Bumblebee. So let's stamp that one out first. So this is the first time of me doing a card with this, which is rather nice. So let's put it in because we want to stamp it out. And we might do a leaf as well, I'm not sure. So let's stamp that out. And that gives us the outline, or the detailed part, the darker part of it. I'm just cleaning off my stamping, my dye on my stamping scrub. And then we are going to take the outside piece, and I think that the So Saffron will work. You could do tone on tone, but let's see if this will work. So I'm just going to put this to one side like that. Let's get the So Saffron out, and again I'm going to ink it up this way, look at it, and then I'm going to do it the other way as well, because I want to make sure that each part of it is well inked. And it's a good idea to do that, because then you can see exactly that you've covered it, because it's quite a large stamp. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down a bit, and my head might come in, because what I want to do is to try and line it up as best as I can. So let's have a look and see where we're going to do it. We want it over on the top of each one of these, turn it round a bit, and hopefully that's going to be about right. So we'll press that one down, allow that to sort of soak in a bit. They are fairly abstract, so I think you can get away with, oh my goodness, yes, I like that. That's worked really well. So that's the Bumblebee and the So Saffron, and we can then have a look at it, compare it to this one, and yes, we've got the right shape on there. Now I might do, shall I do one of the leaves in there or not? No, I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to do it like that, but I want to do the a sentiment in on here, and I don't know whether I'm going to do it on the small one or the large one. Let's have a look and see what we're going to have. Should we just have best wishes? Because best wishes will go for everything, won't it? So let me see if I can find best wishes. Oh, here it is, up on there. Okay, so let's take the best wishes out. Now, when they're new, you sometimes have to do them a couple of times so that they come out well. And I'm using this little block for this one, so I'm just going to put it down that way and put the best wishes in on top. And then I'm just going to stamp it off a little bit, and I think we can have the best wishes on the little one, because I think that that will probably go. Yes, that'll work perfectly on the inside. I was going to do it in the Bumblebee or something like that, but I actually want it to show up quite well, so I'm going to do it with Memento. So let me just get this out, and so I'm going to just do one down here because it's the first time, and I think that that will come out fine. Yes. Okay, so we want the best wishes and this has got to come in the center. Now I am bringing it down because I've got to try and see to get it level in on there, and I think that that should be fine. Take it off carefully. Whoops. Have we got it? Yes, we have. Best wishes. That's lovely. Okay, so we now need to take, just move that out of the way for now. I'll clean those up afterwards. Right, we need to get the die out for this. So let's go back to these new dies, and this is then going to be this one. And I need to put that in over the top. Like that. Yes, that's going to work perfectly. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my die cutting machine and get that out. And then we can just die cut that out, and I think it's going to make a very pretty first card. So let's just bring this out so I can put that in. Bring it so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get that so that it's lined up completely. I like the dies because they do line up really rather well. And then we can just put the plate in on top, and then we can run it through. Back again. Okay, and that's cut out beautifully. So let's take that out like that and just pop this one away. In the side. Okay, so let's have a look and see where we are. So we've got this, which is going to come on like that. We've then got this lovely flower, which we're going to put up next to this one, just coming down like that. We're going to put this in, I think, over the top with the best wishes. I think that's going to be fine on that one. Let me have a look at the other papers. Have I got those? What did I do with them? There we are. Now I've got this one where the flower is further up. I might actually do it with this one. Let's have a look at that, because then we can put this coming down. That's better, isn't it? And then that in sort of underneath with that. Yes, that's going to work better because the placement of that is better. I need to get some dimensionals out. So let me get my box with my dimensionals. I've still got some of those. They might work as well. Oh, exciting with things. So I'm going to use my standards on this, and probably my minis for the sentiment on it. So, and in the new catalogue that's coming out on January the 5th, as I said for everybody, there is also some really lovely twine, and this is called snail mail twine combo pack, and there's a stamp set which is snail mail, which I didn't get, but I really wanted to get the twine because I wanted white and I wanted pink, and because this pink goes absolutely perfectly. So I think we might have just a little bit of this in here, because that I think will look really lovely. Let me just okay, they always put tape and things on it to keep this bit in, but it's like everything, it always sticks and you have to peel it off. Okay, so if we do a little, yes, you see that works perfectly. So I just want to do a little bow on here. So this is where I make, to make it bigger, so I make 2 ears like that, tuck them over and tuck that one in, This is where, when you have dexterity problems like me, it makes it look, tuck it up like that, and then just pull it in. Bit of a twizzle on that one, but we should be able to tuck it down a bit. Tuck that one down a bit. Let's get it so that it's not quite as twizzled up. Let me see if I can untwizzle it. That's better, because then we can have that little bow in on there. I'm going to have to do that one again, aren't I? This is where you pause the video, because I do struggle sometimes with bows, but we want to try and do it so that it doesn't, there we go, that's better, so it doesn't come with too much of a pull on it. Then we can get these little tails down. Let's get that one and get that one. If you pull it straight, they tend to come better. Give it a pull. See if that one will come down. That's fine. And get this little one down. So we've got a pretty little bow. Still got twizzle on that side. Never mind. We're going to have a twizzly bow. I think I want it just a little bit bigger, actually. So let's just open that up a bit more. I thought it would be easier to do it with twine, but sometimes, as I say, I do have struggle with dexterity problems, but I think it's going to be all right. Okay, that'll work. So let's cut that with a tail like that. I want a fairly long tail on it, so cut that one with a tail about there. Whoops. Take that off. Okay, so that is then going to go, yes, you see, that'll work perfectly. Right, let's start putting some of this together. So I want some wet glue. Let me just grab my wet glue, and we'll put this on the bottom like this. So we can put this one down here. I love the fact that all of our things coordinate, and although we've got all the real pretties, I really like the bumblebee. Bumblebee is one of my favourite colours. I like it. It's such a lovely sunny colour. So let's put the dimensionals on the back of this. I think we only need a couple, and then we can put that one. I'm going to have this one down, so I'm going to have it at the same sort of angle, but just down there like that, which works perfectly. Then I've got this, which has got the best wishes, which I think I'm just going to put down on the bottom like that. We've got this piece as well that we could just sort of maybe tuck in. Do we have that just sort of tucked in, maybe like that? And then this one in. It's playing around with ideas now. This tucked in underneath like that. No, I think I'm going to leave that one out for now and just put this one on. These need to go with the minis, but I want to have this bow I do quite like the idea of maybe having this in. No, we're going to put this with this in on here. So we'll have a couple of dimensionals in on here. take those out. So we're going to put that in just about there, I think. Like that. And then I'm just going to put the little bow just in like that. I think will work beautifully. Now I need to do that with a glue dot. So let's put a glue dot up in here with, and the best way to do this is you can roll the glue dots up a little bit. So if we take them up and just roll them, it makes them smaller, and then you can get your ribbon on top, or your bow on top, and it sticks, and then we'll have that just down there, just in on the bottom like that, so that curls around and sticks. I think that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? And I am going to, when I got these out, I've got still some of these which I really like, so as I've got some of these left, I'm just going to add, which, as I say, I'm sure you'll have different things left over. I'm just going to add a few of, do I want large or small? I'm going to use the small ones this time. And these are the little faceted gems. So I'm going to just put one in there like that. And then we'll have one. Oops. If I can get it up. Come on. I'm going to have one down in here like that, and then we'll have the third one just in the corner. There we go. I have a third one just down in, just on there actually, over the top of that little flower. Okay, so we just need to put it onto a card base, which I've got here, which I just need to fold. And this is our first card. Oh yes, I like that. This is our first card using the absolutely beautiful new things that are coming the 5th of January. But as we're now getting into that Christmas period where deliveries will take a while, by the time we get to the 5th of January, you'll be all ready with lots of ideas for making beautiful cards. So thank you so much as always for watching me. Please stay safe, please stay well, and please be kind. Bye-bye.